If you and your family need a new, big, family-size SUV, why not consider this, the Citroen e-C5 Aircross. It's the biggest model that Citroen currently produce. It is available as hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and this, which is fully electric. And I think it looks great. We've got these large C-shaped lights going on here. These are active LED matrix headlights, which is the first Citroen car to have these fitted in. We've got the large Citroen oval new logo. It basically looks like a scaled-up version of the Citroen e-C3, which we really like the look of. And actually, the sort of big, blocky, chunky styling suits this larger SUV even better. Sort of little striations in the grille here and these sort of little squares almost look like a position on a parcel where you'd stick a sticker or something. We've got these 20-inch obsidian, means black, alloy wheels, which are an optional extra on the Max model. And we've got black roof and mirrors on this as well, which is another optional extra. We've got this metallic blue paintwork, which I think looks really nice, and these little sort of gold inlets on the front bumper and on the sides here, which look quite nice. Quite slab-sided. We've got a decent amount of ground clearance. There's almost 20 centimetres of ground clearance on this. We've got these little striations in the rear wings, which sort of just give it a nice little sort of focus. It sort of tapers ever so slightly towards the back. And then we've got these jutting out bits here, which are these rear lights which wrap around and jut out from the bodywork here. And again, you've got this sort of three, sort of almost like an inverted C. You've got an indicator there. Lights moving around the back in LED and around this side as well. It looks really sort of futuristic. It looks a little bit actually like the vision of a future from the 1950s, like you used to get the fins on Cadillacs and things. This jutting out again just gives that sort of aero look to it. Looks really funky, almost Tron-like. And actually, this apparently, by having the airflow through here, gives you more range. Aerodynamically, it's supposed to be good for it. Really large tailgate, which gives easy access. It's got Aircross written across the back there. And then under here, we've got quite a huge boot. So we've got access to a big, wide, square boot, which is 557 litres, I think it is. Under here, there's loads more storage. In fact, that drop down further to maximise your boot space, or of course you can bring it up to give you full access. It's got little clips on either side, which hold that in place as well. So if you want to, you can get your charging cable from down in the bottom as well. But yeah, really good, big, usable space. And if you flatten all the seats down, it actually gives you 1,900 litres of boot space. So this is the Max trim, which is the highest spec level, and it's a very nice place to sit. We've got this driver display down here, which is about sort of 10 inches diagonal, and that's quite nice and very clear and very crisp display. We've got heads-up display as well, which is actually really large. And then we've got what Citroen are calling the waterfall screen, which is this screen that comes down here and flows into the centre console. And actually that's a really good size. It does wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. It's got built-in navigation. You've got your climate control functions and everything here. There are also climate control buttons underneath. These have got like speakers, like tweeters built into them that jut out sideways, and quite a nice little feature we've just noticed, they've got a treble clef mounted in the back of them there. Ambient lighting which flows underneath here, and it also runs down the side. We've got air vents and everything all up in that top section, nice and high. There's a centre speaker, so speakers all round here, and this fabric that they've used on the dashboard looks really nice. It feels nice and squashy, and it wraps all the way around under this display, so it does feel quite sort of premium, well thought out. Citroen are calling this a Zen Lounge. No, C-Zen Lounge, because C for Citroen. These seats are very, very nice and lounge-like. In fact, if you were to go into DFS, you wouldn't be too disappointed if you came away with a sofa which felt like this. We've got a mixture of textile up higher, and then lower we've got this sort of quilted, really soft, really nicely sprung section of lower seating. Not leather, but feels similar to it. Heated, so that's really nice on a cold day like today. We've also got a heated steering wheel. The doors themselves, again, they've got this fabric tracking around from the dashboard. Goes into like a jutting out section here. It looks like it's floating. It's not. It is actually connected, but it looks like it's sort of floating. This waterfall display which runs down into the dashboard. We've got the gear selectors. We've got drive mode buttons here, and that changes the guest range on here as well. Adjusts it by sort of 10 to 20 miles. We've got a wireless phone charger, and we've got a cup holder here. And then under this butterfly opening box here, which we've got the light down the bottom, it actually goes down quite a deep way. We've got storage down here for lots of odds and ends. Little slidable or removable tray which you can use for putting odds and ends in as well. So we've got like another storage area here. We've got two cup holders which are quite decent sized. We've got another storage area at the front. We've got two USB-Cs and a 12 volt socket under there as well. Oh, there's a shelf there as well. Bonus points that it does actually fit a big cup like that. And no, it's not going to fit there. That does hold a normal coffee cup though. The door bins, however, will swallow that bottle. very easily and leave loads of room spare as well. Sitting in the back of the Citroen e-C5, loads and loads of room. I mean, that's driver's seat set for me. I'm 5'11" and I've got about 8 inches of knee room here, and my feet will fit under the seat in front as well if I want to. And it's a fairly flat floor. There's about a 3/4 of an inch rise in the centre here for the rear middle seat. But even in the middle seat, decent amount of room. Headroom's good. I've got 3-4 inches of headroom. We've also, if you've not got anyone in the middle seat, we've got an armrest which has got a couple of cup holders, 3 headrests across the back, the same type of seating, which again, it's just really squashy and feels really comfortable to sit on. We've got a device sort of pocket there, or we've got a map pocket down there as well. We've got a couple of air vents back of the centre console, 2 USB-Cs down here, and another 12-volt socket as well. And there's a 12-volt socket I saw in the boot as well. These seats in the back actually will recline. They've got a slight adjustment on the angle there. It just feels like a really big, airy space. As an adult, you feel like you've got loads of room. So if you've got teenagers, larger kids, they're going to fit absolutely fine and not have any complaints. So what's it like to drive? Well, very comfortable. That's the first word that comes to mind when we're in this. You know, we're hitting some potholes and various knocks in the road and things, but actually, it's very comfy. Yeah, my normal car is a Hyundai Ioniq 5, and that would be a lot more skittery, a lot more bouncy, and a lot more crashy over a lot of these bumps, but this, really, really comfortable. Acceleration is modest. It's, 0 to 60 is about 9.9 seconds. It's got 210 brake horsepower in this version, and this is the 73 kilowatt hour battery, so it's got a range of about 320 miles. There is a bigger battery version coming with 97 kilowatt hours, and that will apparently do 421 miles of range. Citroën have always classed themselves making comfortable cars. This is comfortable. It's not a car that you're going to throw about. This is not something you can take to the Nürburgring. You're not going to be accelerating too hard. You're not going to be racing anyone off the lights. So driving the Citroen e-C5 Aircross on the motorway, what's it like? Well, it's very easy. We've got speed adjusting cruise control. If you press it again, it becomes lane keep assist as well, or drive assist, they call it. And in terms of visibility, we've got great view out. We feel quite high up here. We've got a heads-up display on this model, which is a really big display actually, and kind of makes the one below a bit superfluous. But the one below, what I'm liking is that if you press the end of the lighting stalk here, you can cycle through different displays, one of which puts the actual map, Android Auto or built-in navigation or Apple CarPlay, onto the display here, and it sort of, overlays the speed and the cruise control and the junction numbers and all that sort of stuff. I like the steering wheel. It's a good size, a little bit smaller than some manufacturers, slightly squared off at the bottom and the top. These large 2 piano black button segments on either side. The right hand side is for changing tracks or adjusting the volume and your call features for when you're using your phone. The left hand side is for your ADAS type features, your cruise control, your speed limiting function. It's got an auto lane change function, so if you press the indicator, it will check to see that it's clear next to you, and it will, if it's okay, you press OK, and then it will help to change lanes, steering you into the lane, making sure you don't hit anything on the way. It's also got blind spot monitoring around the car. You've got an orange light that comes on the mirror. There's not an awful lot of road noise coming through. On the motorway we're doing 70 miles an hour. It's picking up on the microphone, but it's really quiet. It's, you can get away with talking at quite a reduced volume. It surprised me because it's a big block of a car. It doesn't look particularly aerodynamic, I don't think, on the outside, but they've done the magic to it. It does seem to cut through the air very nicely. The buttons on the centre console, on this waterfall screen as they call it, are all big, easy to press. You don't have to delve through menus to be able to access the climate control settings, so we've actually got buttons that stay fixed at the bottom of the waterfall screen, and we can just tap those very easily to adjust the temperature. And that's dual zone for both driver and passenger, so that's useful. And there's 3 different regenerative braking settings, which you can adjust using little flappy paddles at the back of the steering wheel. We've got level 1, which is quite soft. It's kind of like if you were, in 4th or 5th gear in a normal petrol car and you took your foot off the accelerator, you'd have a slight engine braking effect. It's kind of like that. Level 2, it makes it stronger. With level 3, it's really, really quite strong. It feels like you're putting your foot on the brake, but it doesn't bring you to complete stop. It will instead bring you down to about 4 or 5 miles an hour. So under the charging flap here, we've got 11 kilowatt AC, and then down here we've got up to 160 kilowatt DC rapid charging. That means that this 73 kilowatt hour battery can go from 10% to 80% in around 25 minutes. Now that I've spent a bit more time in the Citroen e-C5 Aircross, there's a few little design quirks that just caught my eye. We've got these little chevrons for the Citroen logo mounted this scrolly little volume control just here. We've also got chevrons in the black inlay that's around here, so that looks really cool as well. And one thing I really appreciate actually is how good the camera quality is on this car. So the reversing cameras that we can see here, 360-degree cameras. As you twist the wheel, it turns the camera from one side to the other on the rear, so you get to see more of one side as well, which is really handy. You've got front and rear parking sensors as well, which again really helps when you're trying to negotiate tight parking space in urban environments. So Citroën quotes a WLTP range of around 320 miles for this 73 kWh battery version. Now, how representative is that? Well, I mean, to be honest, today it's currently 9 degrees, it's been very cold, we've been filming with the heating on, the heated seats on, the doors open, so the interior's been getting cold and it's been heating itself back up again. And we've been averaging, it says 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour, which means real world we're going to see about 200 miles of range. Based on how this has been driving over a longer period, and particularly if you're doing more urban journeys, I think that in winter you're going to see probably around sort of 220, 230. And in summer I think you will get close to 300 miles if you're driving it carefully. There is a bigger battery version, we haven't had a chance to drive that yet, that's the 97 kilowatt hour battery, and that's supposed to give a range of over 400 miles. Again, real world I think sort of 300 to 350, probably more likely. But whichever way you look at this is still a big vehicle. You know, this is a very large family car. And if you're comparing this against something like a Kia Sportage diesel that you might already have, well, it's a similar sort of size, probably slightly more space in this. But this is going to cost you about 2.5 pence per mile to drive if you're charging it off peak. Whereas if you're driving a diesel car, it's going to be costing you probably 10 times that. So if you're in the market for a new car and you're considering whether you go hybrid or plug-in hybrid or full electric, if you can charge at home, full electric's the cheapest way to do it. I have to say, I think that Citroen's done a really good job with this car. It drives really well, it handles well. I've been really impressed with it actually. It doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels like a really solid, well put together car. I put it in the same sort of bracket as think cars like the Nissan Ariya. It's that sort of size, it's that sort of feel to it. It's really sturdily built and it's really comfortable to drive. The Citroen e-C5 Aircross starts from just over £34,000, less the £1,500 electric car grant, so it brings it in around £32,500. This top spec version starts at just over £39,000. You need to be careful with the additional options you add on this, because if you choose metallic paint and the black roof and the black wheels on this, it does just push it over £40,000, which means it unfortunately gets the additional luxury car tax. So watch out for that if you're speccing this up. Again, you then get the £1,500 grant off that, but that doesn't help you with the tax situation. Anyway, I hope you found this quick look around the vehicle very useful. If you have, please click the like button and let us know what you think about this car in the comments below. If you click subscribe up here, then you can subscribe to our channel. You'll see the latest videos as they go live. If you click up here, you get to see more information about the Citroen e-C5 Aircross on our website. If you click down here, you can see another video we've done with the Citroen e-C3. And if you click down here, you can see the Citroen e-C4 video we did.